40.
I'm Morgan Hoover. Join us weeknights for WNKY News 40 at 5.
Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
That would send off a whistle in my mind and say, you know what? I want 5 days to bring the horse to my own vet. You could put anything you wanted, but right now you have a contract, you're bound by it, your case is dismissed, we're done.
Your Honor, we have audio evidence and we have...
Listen to me very carefully. What part of contract didn't you understand? She has a contract. This is the contract. If you didn't do your job, don't blame it on anybody else. This is the contract that she signed. It's a legal document. That's what a contract is. If you want to understand it, you have to go to law school. You can't be a horse trainer. That's what a contract is.
I understand.
Good.
But I put it through its paces. And it was not injured. It did not appear to be injured.
No deserved excuse. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I understand the contract, but I'm not happy. They're liars, they're scammers, they're not good people.
I think the trainer didn't do her job, and we showed him as a Western horse.
And it's terrible. They broke a little girl's heart.
And she said that they were going to ride English, and I told her I do not know anything about English.
I have proof. I have x-rays they took in 2016 to show they knew the horse was injured.
And she said, he has natural talent. He's going to be a natural. He's going to jump.
They're lucky they knew how to write a contract so that they could get over on us, and it's unfortunate.
He wasn't hurt. We've been riding him for 1.5 years with no problem.
Don't trust other people. Don't trust people.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday evening after a glorious day.
Yes, another beautiful day out there.
Today, hardly a cloud in the sky. It was just deep blue sky, kind of like this back here. It kind of looks like that. Outdoors, it looks that good, too, as we look at the 4-hour clouds and radar. Nothing showing up, of course. Now, tonight, we'll notice some cloud cover moving in from our south ahead of some upper-level moisture. Here's a look at a couple of webcams around Monroe County, Gamale. Look at that beautiful harvest field there. 70 degrees in Gamale, and then 31W northbound at South Industrial Park, looking northbound, blue sky, 68 degrees there. And it looks like we're going to continue to see the trend being warmer each day until we get into the weekend. And look at that colder air coming in. I'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, and we're continuing to follow a church group out of Glasgow who is trying to make their way home from Israel after a surprise attack from the militant group Hamas. Unfortunately, we have not received an update today on this group. The latest update came from the pastor of the church as he took to Facebook on Monday to update everyone back home on their status in such an unforeseen situation.
We are really good. We're stuck in Israel right now, but we're safe, and that really is the most important thing. In the middle of all of this, Israel's defenses are incredible, and we're grateful for all that they're doing here.
Pastor Smith not only leads the River Lake Church in Glasgow, he's also one of the chaplains for the Glasgow Police Department. We spoke to the department yesterday, who said they are ready for everyone's safe return. And tonight, a Glasgow man missing for nearly 2 weeks is found dead in Metcalfe County. 50-year-old John Price was reported missing on September 22nd. His abandoned vehicle was discovered the following day in a rural area of the Center community in Metcalfe County. An investigation into his death is still ongoing. News 40 will update you with more information as it becomes available. Well, more local news now. The keynote speaker of the new Presidential Speaker Series at Western Kentucky University is Dr. Robert Ballard. He's the man who discovered the location of the Titanic and rewrote much of how we understand the Earth. Ballard will talk all about his discoveries and future endeavors, including where he thinks the future of the economy and undersea exploration are going. That's tonight in Van Meter Hall on campus. And when asked about the recent Ocean Gate catastrophe, Ballard shared his feelings.
In 1960, we went to the deepest depths of the world's oceans with the Bathscath-Trieste. That was in 1960. All since then, we have never lost a single person because we dove in certified pressure hulls.
Ballard will be speaking tonight at 7 in Van Meter Hall. The event is free and open to the public. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Bowling Green today, kicking off her 4-part Protect Our Public Schools tour. The Lieutenant Governor will be joined by teachers and public school staff tonight starting at 5:30. That's happening at 1225 State Street. Coleman is the first public school teacher to serve as Lieutenant Governor since Martha Lane Collins in 1983. The event is completely free and open to the public. And with Halloween just 3 weeks away, the Warren County Public Library is bringing back a way to watch classic movies at the Capitol Theater and celebrate the spooky season. The second annual Booze and Brews. It takes place on Friday. This year, a double feature of Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters will be shown. It starts at 6. This is a family-friendly event, but for those 21 and over, White Squirrel Brewery will be on site serving their favorite brews.
I'm just glad we're back. I'm glad that we get to do events like this. It's a really neat project. It looks like this is only their second year doing it. So I hope we can build on it. We can grow with them as they do many more of these and many more events like this. So it's great to be downtown and to be part of the community.
The showing is completely free. Concessions will be available on site. Beetlejuice starts at 6. Ghostbusters follows at 8 o'clock. Organizers are putting the finishing touches on this weekend's Harvest Fest in Bowling Green. One group is especially excited about the festivities. Around this time last year, coincidentally, the manager of Mercadito Hispano organized a festival with Latino business owners. This year, the city is partnering with the Hispanic community to bring another layer to the Harvest Festival. Jose Gonzalez tells News 40 they've been working to make everything as accessible as possible. He said they'll offer face painting, games, and a lot of food, as well as sharing some of their culture and educating people on the Day of the Dead.
It'll have flowers, a bunch of offerings like bread, candies, and things like that. Traditional things to sort of give people a concept of what it is that the day is truly about. Sort of how we leave stuff for Santa Claus out on Christmas. It's a similar concept there.
Gonzalez says Day of the Dead is about remembering loved ones who have moved on, that everyone is eager to see Bowling Green turn out in big numbers for this weekend on the square. Well, check this out. A national pumpkin weigh-off rolled out the whopping gourds onto the scales this week. Competitors smashed several records, including a world record. Take a look.
For 50 years now, growers from all over the globe have come to Half Moon Bay each fall to see who grew the biggest pumpkin. 1499. It's not only big bragging rights, but also big prizes in the Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off. Nick Kennedy from Fair Oaks, California, was second to last to weigh in today, the crowd loving the drama.
It is amazing. The pumpkins are unreal. If you ever get a chance to do it, it's got to be on your list.
Nick and Ron, here it is. Get a picture.
Kennedy's pumpkin smashed a state record, coming in at 2,497 pounds.
So you're defending champion.
But the celebration was short-lived because the defending champ, Travis Ginger, brought in this year's yield. And after inspection, it tipped the scale to 2,749 pounds.
2,749!
And that's a new world record.
Pretty enamored by that weight. I was not expecting it, but I'm so glad it happened. Worked my whole life to do that, and yeah.
Ginger has won 3 of the past 4 years now. It took him 33 hours to drive his prized pumpkin from his home in Minnesota to the competition after months of caring for the gigantic gourd.
We nurture it for 184 days of commitment to get it that far. But yeah, you're giving it 150 gallons of water a day. And pretty much checking up on it daily. So it's like a firstborn child type thing.
He takes home $30,000 in prize money and, for the first time ever, a championship ring.
I guess you could say a gourd time was had by all. Well, still pretty good, right? Still to come on News 40 at 5. We will take a look at what you can do to help our youth with mental health as we recognize World Mental Health Day. More on that in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibane. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
On behalf of the Bowling Green Area Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to welcome our newest partners. We'd like to encourage you to support all of our partners at the Bowling Green Area Chamber of Commerce.
I usually vote Republican, but I'm also voting for Andy Beshear. I definitely feel that Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the floor. Andy's the guy that's been bringing the two parties together. Beshear's brought a lot of good jobs to the state of Kentucky. He makes sure that the police have everything they need to keep us safe. Andy cut the income tax. That's a big deal, huge deal. I voted for Trump because I felt he was putting the American people first. I'm going to support Andy because I do feel he's putting Kentucky first.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, I just love this fall weather.
I do too. And I loved your use of gourd.
Gourd. It's a gourd day. Too cheesy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this time of the year, it's really cool to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just work in those kind of puns. You know, when we're talking about fall weather, and hey, it's going to warm up a little bit, but then it's going to cool back down as we head into the weekend. And look where we started this morning. Some of you on your back door or front porch thermometers, yeah, you woke up to some 35s like in Morgantown or Litchfield, a 38 in Hardinsburg, a 38 in Glasgow, 39 in Munfordville. Look at that 35 in Campbellsville. We landed at about 43 on the Mesonet sites, but it looks like it's going to land at about 41 or 2 for the overnight official low temperature for Bowling Green. It's 70 right now, according to the Mesonet network. Most everybody in the upper 60s to low 70s, and the dew points are back into the 30s. Remember, if you were watching yesterday, I told you, watch the dew point numbers this time of the year. When they start showing some upper 30s to near 40, that's about what you can look at for a low temperature for the night. If we've got high pressure overhead, a very stable, clear air mass, there will be some clouds that come in overnight, and those clouds will act as a blanket, which could keep temperatures up just a little bit from what we're looking at the moment. 70 is the temperature right now at the airport with a northwest wind at 7, but look at that humidity, only 32%. with the dew point at 39, the barometer falling at 29.86 as you look from the Greenwood I-65 exit there. As you see, high pressure is practically sitting right on top of southern Kentucky and the Bowling Green area. That's keeping our skies beautiful here, and will continue to do that until we start to see some cloud cover. We're talking about some high clouds moving in just north of this boundary, which is going to stall out in the Tennessee Valley tonight. We won't see any precipitation from that rain. The back edge of that front is going to start to become more of a warm front, and out ahead of that, there are some showers from St. Louis all the way to about Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, as that high moves east tomorrow, we'll start to get a return flow, and this front will become more of a warm front and lift to the north, and that's when we're going to start to feel the southerly breezes and the warmer temperatures into the mid-70s. But as you can see here, even through Thursday morning, we're not seeing any rain in anywhere close to our area. It's not going to be until Friday do we start to see some showers moving into the area. 45 is what I'm going with tonight, with a few of those clouds mainly clear at first, then increasing clouds late tonight with a light wind, and then tomorrow sunshine again, 75 with a few clouds here or there. At 78 on Thursday, and then as we get ready for Friday and football frenzy, yeah, some showers do come in. And even for Fall Festival Saturday downtown, much cooler, 64. Showers again on Sunday, and then off and on, mainly afternoon showers as we get into the beginning of next week, but much cooler with highs only in the 50s. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC40.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely. But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Trent, what's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't right. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
It's World Mental Health Day. 1 in 6 U.S. youth between the ages of 6 and 17 experience a mental health disorder every year. That's according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And the organization says half of all lifetime mental illnesses begin by age 14. Tonight, more on how parents and caretakers can help promote mental health and well-being. It's a growing problem, a mental health crisis in the U.S., and young people aren't immune.
For children, we really should be paying attention, not just when there's a concern or a crisis, but ahead of time.
Pediatric psychologist Ariana Hoyt is the executive clinical director of On Our Sleeves. It's a nationwide children's hospital initiative aimed at promoting children's mental health and wellness. She says that starts with caregivers having open-ended conversations with the child.
At dinner time, we check in with each other and we say, what was the hardest part of your day? What was your favorite part of your day? Tell me about your favorite teacher.
Since children don't always have the words to express their feelings, Hoyt says parents should normalize how their child feels and model good mental health habits.
Talk about your hard days, talk about your hard emotions and what you're doing to cope with those.
Social connections are critical, so Hoyt says encouraging kids to have healthy friendships and join in extracurricular activities can also promote mental wellness.
If a child feels like they're included and they're connected and they're a part of their community, their schools, their home environment, that they are more likely to be mentally well or handle stress better.
The American Red Cross says the U.S. blood supply has reached critically low levels. Donations have dropped nearly 25% since August. Months of weather crisis have caused many blood drives to be canceled. A busy travel season has also strained the supply. But adding to the problem, fewer blood drives are being hosted at high schools and colleges. Before COVID, about 25% of donations came from school blood drives. Though they are ticking back up again, it still hasn't reached pre-pandemic levels. Stay with us. Coming up on News 40 at 5. As the conflict in Israel continues, so does the conflict over the role of the House Speaker. As U.S. aid is on hold until that's resolved. The details when we come back.
This is my dad, Audie, and he is absolutely precious.
When it came to making some life-changing decisions for my mother, we found the folks here at Massey Springs to be so helpful.
They had that personal touch that we were looking for, and we could tell it was the perfect place for our mom.
We found the folks here at Massey Springs compassionate and caring.
Massey Springs was definitely the right choice for me and my dad.
Massey Springs Senior Living. Here, we're family. Schedule your tour with us today.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week's food truck is Stony Brook Farms. To benefit CASA of South Central Kentucky, see the full lineup at WNKY.com.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Andy Bashir wants to talk education. His record, Andy closed down our schools. Regular kids still haven't recovered. Fewer than half can read or do math at grade level. I'm Daniel Cameron. As the husband of a teacher, I know we can do better. The Cameron Catch-Up Plan is about supporting our teachers and getting kids caught up. I won't just campaign on education, I'll get it fixed because our teachers and students deserve it.
As deadly conflict rages between Israel and Hamas, the effects are reverberating around the globe and here in the U.S. The violence has rattled global oil markets and sparked new urgency on Capitol Hill.
President Joe Biden reiterating U.S. support for Israel on the fourth day of violent conflict with Hamas.
We will make sure Israel has what it needs to take care of its citizens, defend itself, and respond to this attack.
The fighting sending shockwaves through global diplomatic and economic spheres. Israel sits in a region of major global oil producers, and prices have moved higher in recent days. But analysts don't foresee sustained spikes at U.S. gas pumps unless the conflict is prolonged or spreads to neighboring countries.
Most oil products are very seasonal, and we're moving into the off-season for gasoline, but we're moving into the season for diesel, jet fuel, and heating oil. And that can be very insidious for inflation.
Meanwhile, U.S. congressional response, including approval of additional aid, will be limited until a new House Speaker is elected.
No speaker. It's very hard to say how anything's going to move forward.
The small group of Republicans who voted to oust Kevin McCarthy, pushing back at those who blamed them for stalling Congress, instead pointing to the Senate.
Why aren't they already preparing something for us so that when we get back in session that we could vote for it?
Some Republicans bracing for the possibility that neither GOP candidate for Speaker, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, nor House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan can secure enough support, leaving Capitol Hill at a standstill.
And on day 4 of the Israeli conflict, new video today shows cars burnt at the scene of the festival in southern Israel where Hamas attacked Saturday morning. The death toll from the attack has climbed to 900 Israelis, with at least 2,700 injured, dozens taken captive. Bodies of Israeli residents and Hamas militants lay among burned houses, strewn furniture, torched cars. At least 849 Palestinians had been killed, some 4,200 wounded in Israeli airstrikes on Gaza and West Bank since Saturday's attacks by Hamas. Today, family members of some of the American citizens who are missing in Israel pleaded with Israeli and U.S. authorities to secure the release of their loved ones. At least 14 Americans are now dead stemming from those attacks. U.S. officials say there is an undetermined number of Americans missing or still unaccounted for. At a news conference in Tel Aviv, the families of some of the missing Americans expressed their fears and demanded action. One father expressing his concern for his son who was on active duty serving at the border of Gaza when those attacks began.
The last time that we heard from him was Saturday morning, where he said that they were under attack. We know that he was active, that he was in communication for a while, but since then, silence.
As new information arrives, many find refuge in Jordan. Many parents wait to hopefully hear back from their loved ones. This afternoon, speaking to the nation, President Biden reaffirmed U.S. support for Israel. But with no Speaker of the House in place right now and no clear favorite to take over that position, American aid is in limbo. NBC's Jay Gray is in Washington with a closer look.
With explosions rattling neighborhoods, the skies between Israel and Gaza filled with rockets, President Biden addresses the nation, leaving no question about where the U.S. stands in this war.
In this moment, we must be crystal clear. We stand with Israel. We stand with Israel.
American warships and fighter jets right now moving into the region with more help on the way.
The effort and the focus is on making sure that Israel has the munitions, the weapons, the tools that they need to defend themselves and to go after these Hamas terrorists.
But funding and full-scale support can't come without congressional approval, and that won't happen until the House elects a new speaker.
But if we don't have a speaker, we can't put anything on the floor, and we're paralyzed.
The Republicans campaigning for the job, Jim Jordan and Steve Scalise, continue to meet with members, various GOP voting blocs, and state delegations looking to win support.
2 young women, 3 other young men. They were put on a pickup truck and driven away by Hamas.
The president confirming Americans are among more than 100 hostages being held in Gaza. With continuing threats, they'll be executed in retaliation for what Hamas militants described as attacks without warning on civilians in the Gaza Strip. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
Well, stay with us. We'll have a final look at your forecast coming up right after this.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you have any trouble receiving Social Security benefits, call our office today for a free consultation.
Oh, it's about to be a party in here. BetMGM's got all the sports betting in one place. And it's live, baby. We're placing money lines in real time. We got second half spreads and third set winners as they happen. Overs hitting in extra innings. Live is where the action is at. Can we get these people a promo? There it is.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Done. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
The Warren County Public Library presents Becoming Trader Joe author Patty Civillari, Thursday, October 12th at 6 p.m. at the Lisa Rice Library. Free tickets are limited and available at warrenpl.org.
Football Frenzy is back in South Central Kentucky.
WNKY News 40 is your home for high school football.
The most schools,
the most highlights,
the most coverage.
Catch Football Frenzy Friday nights at 10 on WNKY News 40.
It's time, y'all. It's a new season in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day. News 40 sunrise way. I'm waking up my day. WNKY. Yeah, when you want the force to get you out the door. I'm waking up my day. That is 40 sunrise way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Well, the Powerball jackpot has soared to an estimated $1.73 billion after nobody won Monday night. So, Chris, you and I still have a chance to go get our tickets before Wednesday's drawing. Man, there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Yes. Wow. You know, it's hard to imagine, wrap your head around that much money.
Right.
I mean, that much, just million.
Right.
But billion with a B, that's even bigger. We've hit the jackpot with our forecast, 75 tomorrow, 78 Thursday, then some showers as we get into the weekend and turning cooler.
All right, Chris, we'll see you at 6 on CBS.
Jews. This was an act of sheer evil.